So this morning, we're just going to literally spend a few minutes with our eyes closed, not trying to empty our mind or do anything special. We're just going to be connecting back to ourselves. So we are this morning just going to be reconnecting to the fact that we're practicing. And for a lot of us, we haven't been able to do much over the summer. So nothing fancy. And if you've not meditated with me before and you're watching this on replay, it's appeared on your news feed somehow. There's no special postures or things that you need to do. We're just literally finding the middle space between active and relaxed. So we want to be paying attention. So it's not a case of really lying down and falling asleep unless you want to. But we're not trying to be sort of holding it tight and concentrating too much, trying to force anything. Whatever you experience during our time together is what you're meant to experience. There's no right or wrong or pass or fail with your practice. So no emptying your mind or chanting or mantras, just literally following my voice. And when you notice you've been distracted, just coming back. That's it. And that moment when you notice, oh, hang on, my mind's wandered. That moment when you notice and you bring your attention back, that's actually the most important moment of your practice. And if you have that moment lots of times, you think you're like a bicep curl for that part of your brain that pays attention, which is a good thing. It's annoying at the time when your mind keeps getting distracted by the things that are going to come up or things that are worrying you. But actually, it's really useful because when you notice, you're training that ability to notice. And when we notice it in our practice, it starts to spill over into day-to-day life. And that's really what we're practicing for. It's not for the buzz of sitting on the cushion, in the words of Daniel Coleman. We're doing it for the way it seeps into everyday life. So whether you've got a regular meditation practice or not, this is going to really help you to find balance in your eyes open state, as well as in this moment right now while we're practicing. So with that in mind, let's gently close down our eyes and just allow yourself permission to be here right now. And particularly if this is coming up and you're watching this on the fly and you hadn't really planned to be meditating right now, can you just give yourself permission to be here? There's nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, just a few minutes, that's all, of just turning inwards. Instead of rushing around, maybe you can already feel the tug of the day. Maybe there's this feeling of guiltiness that you're stopping right now, but just know that these moments that we spend together connecting you to yourself are going to allow you to have so much more capacity to be there for the people around you, for the things you need to get done. So just relax into that knowledge that you're here and you're meant to be here. And perhaps we'll start today, because the birds are giving us a beautiful backdrop, with just paying attention to whatever you can hear right now. Imagining that you're casting a net as far as you can and just gathering up any sounds and just letting them come to your ears. Noticing if your mind wants to tell stories about the noises, whether they should or shouldn't be there, or maybe they take you off on thoughts. And just see if you can just come back to the raw experience of hearing. Noticing the sounds that are close to you. Noticing how a sound can be the most prominent for a moment, and then without any conscious choice, something else becomes the most obvious. If your mind's already wandered, just coming back. And we'll bring our attention to the very tips of our fingers, just gently resting it there. And you'll still notice the sounds around you. You might still notice thoughts. You might notice other sensations in your body. Let's see if you can gather your attention to the very tips of your fingers and just let it rest there, without moving the fingers. Maybe with your attention on your fingertips, you can feel a gentle tingling or buzzing in the fingers, like a humming or vibration. And if you don't feel any sensation, that's okay too. Just keep your attention just there on the very tips of the fingers. And if you're feeling sensation, that's the tuning in, the eavesdropping on the conversation that your nervous system is having. Your fingers are preparing for movement, responding to you turning inwards. If you've practiced this before, just notice if your mind is wanting to predict or make things happen. You just allow whatever the experience is right now in this moment, this fresh moment that you've never had before. And adding your toes to your awareness. So your fingers and your toes. And maybe there's still sounds. Maybe there's still thoughts and distractions, and that's okay. We never need to empty or blank out. We just gently training our attention. And maybe with the attention on your fingers and your toes, you can feel that same gentle tingling in the toes that you can, or maybe even have a whisper of in your fingers. And then allowing your awareness to spill across the palms of your hands, the soles of your feet. Just noticing that you can allow that awareness to travel up your ankles. Noticing your shins and your calves and all the way up to your knees. Along your thighs and into your hips. So your whole leg goes in your awareness. Maybe feeling the chair underneath you supporting you, so you can just allow everything to let go in your lower body. Maybe there's a heaviness or a lightness to the legs. And then allowing the awareness to travel from your hands to your wrists and your forearms, all the way up to the crook of your arm. And traveling up to the shoulders. Coming back if your mind's wandered. There's no judgment or effort. We're just gently bringing our attention back each time. There's no criticism or telling yourself that you're not good enough. But just notice as you pay attention to your arms, maybe you notice the weight of them against your body. Maybe you can let go just a little bit more. Feeling the shoulders drop further away from the ears just because you've let go of trying or holding on. Noticing your chest and your collarbone. Down all the way to your belly. Maybe noticing that the belly's rising and falling as you're breathing. So now your whole body is in your awareness. Seeing if you can notice your head sitting above your spine, your jaw, your forehead, your eye socket. Maybe there's a deeper feeling of relaxation just beginning to emerge. Even if there's still the tug of the day, thoughts swirling, distractions, that's okay. The more times we connect, even just for a moment through our day, we train that capacity to be where we choose. There's something deeply relaxing and nourishing about being in this moment. Notice if your breath can become steadier just from this process of turning inwards. Giving yourself permission to pause, noticing the jaw and allowing the jaw and the chin to drop down towards the chest. So allowing the head to become super heavy. Maybe feeling tension, the back of the neck as the vertebrae open, but just allowing the head to be super heavy. As if it's hard to carry the weight, it's so heavy, just allowing the chin to drop. Imagining with each in-breath that you're breathing into the back of the neck, opening up the spaces at the back of the vertebrae, allowing the head to drop further, noticing your body, and then allowing your head to become super light, so light that you can gently, slowly return it back up above your shoulders, noticing maybe that the head even feels like it's sitting taller because it's so light and filled with air. And even though we've only spent a few minutes turning inwards like this, you will change the character of your day. Perfect way to set an intention for the month ahead, to find moments like this as you go through your days. And we'll take 2 slow, deep breaths to just bring this intention inside of us and allow it to percolate around the body. So breathing in slowly and deeply down to the belly, breathing in, and then slowly breathing out through the nose. Breathing in, setting an intention to allow yourself these moments, knowing that they'll nourish the people around you as you show up in a different way. And then breathing out through the nose. And as you return movement to your fingers and your toes with your eyes closed, just see if you can gently move throughout your body, just initiating tiny movements, the shoulders, any restlessness that you've experienced, or heaviness even, whichever it's been for you, just gently washing that away with a bit of movement before gently blinking open your eyes and just noticing if that makes a difference. Just looking around the space you're in. And one last listen of these beautiful bird songs this morning. I hope you can hear it as loudly as I can this morning. Beautiful. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, whatever you're up to.